what's gonna happen now that Mom and Dad are getting divorced. I'm so scared.
Divorce is a very scary thing. Just remember, no matter what happens, God will never, ever leave you. Hi, and welcome to Keys for Kids. As always, my name is Zach, and as always, I'm glad you're here. Maybe you know someone whose mom and dad have split up, or maybe your own mom and dad have gotten a divorce. It's scary to think of what life will be like having to live in two different places, or having to go to a different school, or even find new friends. But here's some good news from God's Word. Psalm 62:8 says, "Pour out your heart before Him. God is a refuge for us." Now our story. It's called Saying Goodbye. For as long as they could remember, Isla and Parker had lived a block away from the beach. Now they were at the water's edge saying goodbye to their favorite spot. Isla pushed her bare feet into the sand while Parker threw rocks out into the water. Tears trickled down Isla's cheeks as she thought of the moving van parked in front of their house, only it wasn't their house anymore. Isla would always remember the last day of school before spring vacation a few weeks ago. She and Parker had bolted off the school bus, excited about heading to the beach. They burst through the front door. "Mom, we're home," Isla called. The house was silent. "Mom?" called Parker. They went into the living room and found Mom and Dad sitting there. Mom looked like she'd been crying. "What's wrong?" asked Isla. That's when her world fell apart. "You've probably noticed that your mother and I haven't been able to agree on many things lately," said Dad. "We've decided that it will be better for all of us to live apart." It just kept getting worse. Not only was Dad leaving, but Isla and Parker were moving with their mom to Grandma's. They'd have to find a new school and make all new friends, and there was no beach nearby. Isla stared at the waves crashing against a huge boulder out on the water. "God, this isn't fair," she whispered. As the waves sprayed over the boulder, she remembered a verse she'd learned in church. "The Lord is my rock," she thought. "He's always solid and never changes, and He'll always be with me and care for me." Parker finished throwing rocks and came and sat beside Isla. "Don't worry, Isla. Everything will be okay," he said half-heartedly. "I know," replied Isla. "I just remembered that Jesus is a solid, steady rock to stand on. We may feel like those waves out there being tossed all over the place, but Jesus is like that big boulder. Even if everything else is changing, He's still the same. He cares about what's happening to us and will always be with us. We have to trust Him." Well, how about you? Are you going through a difficult time in your life? A time when you feel hurt and alone and life doesn't seem fair? Remember that Jesus is a close friend, one who is always there for you. He loves you so much, He died for you, and He cares about what's happening. When everything around you seems to be falling apart, He is solid and unchanging, a rock you can trust. Our key verse is Psalm 62:8.
"Trust in Him at all times, you people. Pour out your hearts to Him, for God is our refuge."
And our key thought today: always trust God. Partner with Keys for Kids Radio to spread the good news of Jesus around the world. Keys for Kids Radio is committed to sharing the truth of the gospel. As Angel shares, our family listens to Keys for Kids Radio every day. The programs encourage us to love and live for Jesus and to build a firm foundation on God's truth. You can partner with Keys for Kids Radio to ignite a passion for Christ in kids and their families. Give today with a $5 monthly donation to help spread the gospel to families around the world. Visit keysforkids.net and click Donate. I'm Zach. Thanks for listening to Keys for Kids.